We are now connected with psychologist Elizabeth Santosa, or well known as Malizi. Good morning, Malizi.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rama. Good morning, Russia.
Good
How are you?
morning.
We're great.
It's
Thank you.
it's we've talked with Malizi, many times, and here she is again. Okay, let's just jump into our first question, Malizi. First of all, what is the golden age of children? We're going to start with that first.
All right. Both of pediatricians and psychologists agree that the first 5 years are very important.
Yes.
That's when baby toddlers they grow and develop neurons on their brains. Also, this is where nutritions also work parallelly together with parent stimulations.
Yes.
So not only for psychology, in the 5 years is the most critical, but also from medical perspective, this is a very important pace of life.
Indeed. And so children's character, personality, and cognitive ability are formed, right, during this golden age, as you mentioned, based on the nutrition as well as parent stimulation. So what might happen if they spend most of their time on gadgets?
Oh, I love this topic again. since 10 years ago, I guess since I started to write the book about raising children in digital era, the evidence shows that we have 97% all children own a touchscreen devices.
True.
Yeah, and and the result of the many studies that have been around for the last 10 years still remain the same, that screen time cannot be substitute for one-on-one spoken interactions
Yeah.
and then play for children's language development.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that is so true. So you cannot substitute that with anything.
That is true.
I do agree.
So if you see many children that are very obsessed, obsessed with the screen, pay attention on the way they talk.
Right,
Usually we have a speech delay,
right.
That's true.
lack of empathy skills, showing no interest with the world surrounds them
Ah, true. Yes.
other than the screen.
Yes, that is so true. Yeah, because again, I've experienced this as a mother, also Malizi. When it was the first year of the pandemic itself, they are not allowed to go outside for certain reason, right? So they cannot interact with their friends, their cousins. They cannot go to school. Obviously, and we're as working parents, so sometimes we give them, extra gadget time.
Right.
But after that, by the end of the week, and then I started to find this, changes that you just explained. It's about she did not actually responded well to her surroundings. She was so focused on her gadget, and every time if I call my daughter Kim, shh, shh, shh. There you go. So it's like, whoa, something's wrong, right? Something is so wrong. So actually, we
Yeah.
learned about that, so we cut the gadget time for her, so everything is back to normal. So again, for parents who doesn't know yet, we should actually admit that children nowadays are always, up to date, thanks to the gadgets itself, and also information that is provided by the gadget itself. But when do we need to stop children from using gadgets itself? Because obviously we cannot deny, even though doing online schooling, they're actually using their gadgets when they're doing their tasks. They're actually using gadgets again. Malizi.
Thank you so much for the wonderful questions. I think you are right. We can still give them a gadget, but we're talking about 0 to 5, yeah?
Right.
The most critical time. So my suggestions is for working moms. Let's go specific for working moms.
Yep.
In the morning, spend times to your toddlers, your infant, your babies, even since they're newborn, to have a breakfast or morning interaction. Even when they can't talk,
Yep.
have more time to have a talk, and then you go to work, and then you might live with a nanny or parents. They focus on the screen time, but when you go home, remember to read them a book. Not only for family experience, but that is a good time for them to. This is a very critical time when their neurological connections and they comprehend about the world around them
Yeah.
through that conversations. As long as you're not lazy enough to talk to them, you can still play with your screen time. And I leave it in your hand to know what's the best and what time will be the best. It's just, it gotta be balanced.
Right, that is so true.
So I think the screen time and the actual interaction can definitely be spread throughout the day depending on the situation of the parents, right? But do you have a certain rule of thumb of how many screen time that is acceptable for children age 0 to 5?
0 to 5, less. Because other than less.
Less is better, you mean?
Start from, yes, from 6. Like Rama said, you got, elementary school, your children stuck in online school from 7,
Exactly.
right, Rama?
Yeah, true.
Sometimes until 12 or until 1.
Yeah.
You can't disturb their flow. But children from 0 to 5, less is better. So as young as possible, less is better. And then as they grow older, then you can add, because the brain, everything, the cognitive is already been built, and it's so the gadget can fill it up all the primary needs that you already give through conversations and stimulations via games also, and reading books, bedtime stories. That's also very important.
Okay, so actually, those are like baby steps, if I may say, for parents to actually try to balance the time between, real life and gadget life for the children as well. But Melissa, still speaking about gadgets in this matter for children, sometimes it is very hard. Yes, we know that it is very hard to actually shift their, focus from actually playing outside with real friends, real games. But sometimes it is actually, they are so interested to actually just, sit down by themselves in a room with air conditioning, right? And food and also snacks in the room. And then they are actually, in this whole new world of their own. Now, sometimes parents may say, yeah, well, we can just give them like time for them to be, happy for about 50 minutes or half an hour maybe. But my question is, what is, in your point of view, what is the safe time for parents to actually give, the luxury for children to play their games?
Good question. Since this is weekend, Saturday and tomorrow Sunday, why don't we just give to them after they clean up their room? This is for older children.
Right.
For older children, after they finish their breakfast, after play, and let's give it after lunchtime. Yeah. So the whole morning, let's say from 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning to 12 until lunchtime, all they have is just mom, dad, perhaps siblings, and interactions and playtime. That's it, no screen time. And after lunch, give them a little bit. Maybe after, and then give them a little bit nappy time, because mom and dad also needs to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And then when we all charge back again, let's go back do some activities together.
Right.
Some of families might like to just walk or having an exercise. Some family loves to play games at home, board games, chess.
Yes.
Okay, baby doesn't play chess yet, but you play with them with whatever toys you have. That's simple as that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
interesting.
you don't push them when they're babies. You don't push them out, to go play because they don't have. But we show them at least the most important activities at home.
Yeah.
Then, as they got older, 6, 7 years, then you started to how do you call it? Encourage them to make interaction with their friends.
Right. So actually, this technique can be, implemented
Yes.
from kids. No, not just kids. Over 5,
Yeah.
and also in their golden ages as well. So yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Now, interesting. I think that the gadget usage is not created equally, right? You can
Right.
use it for games, for social media, for YouTube, and you said also that it needs to be built up, right, as they grow older. So what would you say the best usage for when they first started using Gadget as they grow older? I presume that you should start, it is safe to start to give Gadget, let's say about within year 5. And then, so can you share us like what's the best usage for Gadget to also help the development of the kids?
Russia, good luck with that. Giving your kids first screen time 5 years.
Okay.
They're gonna be like, "Mom, what are they doing? Why the other kids?"
It's almost impossible, isn't it?
All right, so just let us
Impossible.
know like what's the best
Okay,
usage.
I'm not gonna tell you what year, but let me tell you a little bit of the study. The study, from what I said to you, about 97% children own a touchscreen device. Many of them start to use it on average 11 months. It could be less, it could be more. So that's the average age
Okay.
from the study.
Okay.
All
from the
right.
study. From the study. Okay.
Are you gonna
But
plan
in
to
the real
give them
life,
5 years old?
yeah.
Yeah, but what are the usage? What are the
In real
usage
life?
you would say it's best for the kids to do? Is it games? Is it YouTube?
Motor skills, hands, 6 months. It's gonna be a little bit difficult for the fingers, perhaps. Might be easier just to simply watch.
Okay.
Just simply watch.
Simply watch.
Okay.
That is the easiest.
All
You know,
right.
then as they grow older, they started to play games. Moving their fingers to the screen.
Okay.
right.
Okay.
I'll keep that in mind when I have my own daughters. Thank you so much, Melisi, for coming again to our talk show. Have a great weekend.
Stay healthy, stay safe, Malizi.
You too, Rasha and Rahma. All
Bye
the best.
now.
Have a nice weekend.
You too. Bye.
Okay.